Marvel 2099 is facing its end as a massive threat approaches the Earth, and the entire universe of the 2099 Marvel timeline is facing its own end with the reveal of Abyssus, a dark, twisted combination of Galactus merging with Null, the god of the symbiotes, the god in black, becoming the herald of the end, Abyssus, a herald of darkness, and the consumer of life and souls. And that's where we open up essentially in The End 2099, a new 5-issue miniseries that takes place in a 2099 future timeline where the heroes of 2099 are going to have to face this Null fused Galactus. Null is in the driver's seat. He is the main personality, with Gallon, aka Galactus, basically being, well, the subconscious, basically not wanting to do all this stuff. He's kind of forced to do so because of Null. And they go across feasting on planets, but also feasting on souls. And this leads to a pretty interesting interaction and subsequent battle of DC's essential primordial entities or cosmic entities for this entire universe. And we'll get into that in just a sec. Before anything, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. Really helps, and it shows you guys enjoy what I make here on the channel and shows you want to see more. I'm really getting into a lot more of these comics, and I do want to do at least a few more one-off videos just to gauge what people are reading and are interested in right now. So let me know how you feel about this. But let's jump right into things. This issue starts off with Silver Surfer 2099, which is a Silver Surfer who is also a Ghost Rider / Spirit of Vengeance. He's a Spirit of Vengeance created by Mephisto, and we saw that his origin in Annihilation 2099, the mini event that had a couple of extra stuff from 2099 and expanding on the timeline of this future and seeing the different heroes of the future world of 2099 Marvel. But he goes around planets to try and make up for the sins of his past as he became a Spirit of Vengeance for Mephisto, trying to basically find vulnerable souls to extend their lives, but to have their eternal souls be given to Mephisto for eternal damnation. But long and short of it is, he's freed and ventures across the cosmos to help people. But he sees a planet get devoured by Abyssus after the oncoming herald of Dracula. Yeah, Marvel's Dracula is now a cosmic herald of Abyssus, of Null, Galactus, and he is insanely powerful now. And he kind of fulfills the original Silver Surfer's role of finding planets for Abyssus to devour. And after seeing the death of this planet and all these souls being absorbed by Abyssus, Silver Surfer 2099 decides to go back to Hell to tell Mephisto, hey, this Abyssus guy, yeah, he's killing a bunch of planets. I know you don't care about, people in the mortal plane dying, but he's also eating souls. You've noticed that souls have not been coming to Hell, at least, for you to snatch and torment. And so Silver Surfer 2099 convinces Mephisto to basically get in Abyssus's way. And before Abyssus can devour the souls of the citizens of the planet and destroy it, Mephisto kills everyone off on the planet and takes their souls before Abyssus can eat it. And from what it might look like, we might get these two big cosmic entities duking it out on an alien planet. No, Mephisto clears the battlefield and decides to have a game. Obviously with Galactus telling Null, hey, Mephisto is a trickster, you should not trust him, he is the literal devil, after all, essentially. But Null is confident and doesn't see Mephisto as potentially pulling anything too stupid to kind of screw Null over. And so the two of them decide to have a contest. Mephisto will have a team of heroes or pawns for him from the year of 2099 in this timeline and universe fight on his side. Meanwhile, Abyssus will pick from throughout the multiverse for his own arm, because due to him being connected to symbiotes, the hive mind can extend throughout the multiverse, which allows him to peer into these different universes and peel back a multitude of different characters from these different timelines, which I think is kind of an insanely unfair way to go about things for this. But hey, you do you. Mephisto is kind of letting you do your thing. But then two of them get their teams as we get the new 2099 Avengers, Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, we have Hulk 2099, we have Silver Surfer 2099, we have a whole slew of 2099 characters. And on Abyssus' side, a multitude of different Marvel characters from multitudes of different Elseworld titles and different universes that we have seen, like alternate versions of Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Hulks. We even see Age of Apocalypse Wolverine in that mix as well. And to kind of have more control over them and to have them more abiding to fight to the death, essentially, Abyssus infects them with a little bit of symbiote to kind of persuade them to fight. Now, obviously, they're also wanting to fight to preserve their own lives and their own universes, because potentially Abyssus could potentially infect their own universes. So we have that, and now they have them fighting against 2099 heroes. Now, Miguel is trying to rationalize everybody and say, hey, fight the symbiotes and essentially help us fight back against Abyssus and also Mephisto, because there's more of us than them, and together we could probably be able to at least push them back. But before Miguel ends up inspiring people even more, he is knocked down onto the ground by a brand new future Spider-Man, one from 1,000 years in the future, the newly introduced Spider-Man 3099. He is in a gold futuristic plating with computer itch graphics for his eyes, a blue symbol trimmed spider, and golden spikes emerging from his arms as he's pinned Miguel to the ground. As that ends issue 1 of The End 2099. With this whole thing, we have Null and Mephisto basically having their own contest of champions with their own teams of heroes to fight against each other. And in the upcoming 4 issues, we will see this future conflict conclude with all these characters duking it out. We got a 2099 heroes against a cavalcade of heroes slightly infected by symbiotes from across the multiverse in different timelines, and even a far-off future Spider-Man from a different timeline, which is something I was not expecting to see as well. This is going to be a lot of fun to see because this is basically a multiversal fight of action figures. Seeing all these different characters from different timelines and multiverses in Marvel clashing against 2099 feels like a really fun way for writers to just bring back older iterations and versions of characters just to have them have a little bit of spotlight, since it's been a while for a lot of them, especially for like Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. That is also pretty cool to see, and it'll end up giving us some very fun and interesting matchups to look forward to in the future. Now, I didn't say this at the beginning of the video because I wanted to get straight to the point, but The End 2099 actually spent a lot of time showcasing just the retrospective effects of what happened after Abyssus absorbed this one planet, because apparently it was an information hub that relayed a bunch of stuff to other planets for a wider universal network. And we also got to see how the rest of these 2099 heroes are kind of helping or doing their own usual thing, like Miguel in the city with the new Spider-Woman 2099. We see his 2099 Star-Lord, which I believe is kind of the future Wolverine, who is the last Nova Corps member on Earth. We see Red Hulk 2099, which is a different type of Hulk. But yeah, the whole point is seeing all these heroes dealing with a bunch of retroactive effects from Abyssus' actions, as well as their own thing, until eventually they're brought in by Mephisto to fight at this tournament. Also, this is actually something I kind of forgot to mention, despite it being insanely funny, but Ghost Rider 2099, who is basically more or less very tech-based as a Ghost Rider, basically says to Abyssus and Mephisto, you don't control me, I'm the mighty Ghost Rider, and he just gets snapped out of existence, essentially, because he is an insignificant bug to them, which I find very darkly hilarious, because he was basically part of his own city and server, and he just got blinked out of existence for mouthing off to literal deities of this universe to an extent, and I kind of find that kind of funny, but also kind of sad, because we don't get to see Ghost Rider 2099. But yeah, issue 1 sets up the stakes. A really powerful Null-infused Galactus is basically having a tournament with Mephisto for the fate of the souls of this entire universe, and that is interesting to see. I would have loved to see Mephisto try and fight, but then decided to go off on a deal to get this stuff done, but this is kind of a more Mephisto way of doing things, kind of let other people do his dirty work, and also having a bit of entertainment over potential suffering and hardships of others. It fits his MO for the most part, and I am kind of glad that we're going this route, and I'm curious to see how the action is going to go forward in the future of this event. 2099 has come back over the last couple of years, and I don't know if there's any press coverage on this being like an ending storyline for the new status quo for 2099, and if we're just gonna break away from it now for a good long while until we have some one-off stories, or this will be another type of reset where it'll see for more reader interaction and interest before launching off a couple of new 2099 titles in the future for all we know. I would read them. That would be pretty interesting to see, to have another line for 2099, especially since, well, the new Ultimate Marvel Universe is ending mid-2026 with Ultimate Endgame, so if they end off Ultimate Marvel, they could also do, like, after that, their own 2099 runs of comics for the far-off future, and perhaps in a different universe, following the 2099 versions of the characters, and to see where they lead for interesting, super high-tech sci-fi futuristic stories. But that's just my thoughts. Either way, I'm excited for the future of this event, and to see how Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Man $30.99 end up fight and to see how things conclude with the Abyssus story. Let me know your thoughts and opinions and speculations in the future. Did this first issue catch your attention for this new mini event, or are you not super hyped about it but still want to see where it leads? Let me know in the comment section down below. And once more, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hype the video to boost this in the algorithm. Really helps, and it shows you guys like what I make here and shows you want to see more. And with all that said and done, hope you all have an awesome day.